My Little Inferno, written by G.M. Blackjack, read for you by My Name is R. The Little Inferno entertainment fireplace is an amazing toy that the entire family can enjoy. Now all of your belongings can be thrown into the fire and burnt just like you always wanted. Don't want to burn your things? No worries! Each Little Inferno entertainment fireplace comes with a free catalog filled with fun, burnable toys. Not a pony who wants to play with fire? That's okay! The Little Inferno entertainment fireplace can be used as a great source of warmth for a home, a great accent to tie any room together, or even a helpful experimentation tool. There's something for everyone! Everyone always told you playing with fire was dangerous. Now, for the first time ever, you can say they were wrong. Little Inferno Entertainment Fireplace is a product of Soot Incorporated. Based on the game Little Inferno, the story will differ heavily from that of the game. GM, Master of This Way Down. Chapter 1. Ignition. "We are so toast!" Sweetie Belle yelled as she and Apple Bloom ran as fast as their legs permitted. Apple Bloom swallowed hard. "Maybe Spike didn't see us? He pointed a claw at us and screamed!" Sweetie Belle whined. "I think that qualifies as him seeing us!" Apple Bloom looked left and right rapidly. In their blind panic, they were starting to draw unusual looks from the town's ponies. Maybe Scootaloo will know what to do? Yeah, she's good with hiding and running. Sweetie Belle took a hard left, Apple Bloom following quickly behind. The two fillies beelined towards Scootaloo's house and hammered on the door. "Help!" Sweetie Belle yelled, with Apple Bloom backing up with grunting noises. Scootaloo opened the door. Yeah?" she asked, confused. "We need you to—" Sweetie Belle stopped short, sniffing. "Why do you smell like ash?" Scootaloo shook her head, loosening a lot of soot from her mane. "It's from this cool new thing I got today. Come check it out." Apple Bloom and Sweetie Belle forgot entirely about their panic, for Scootaloo had just said something was cool, and that they could check it out. They were wondering what sort of thing it would be this time. Adventure game? New scooter? Statue of Rainbow Dash made of ash? They didn't have to wait long to find out. The first thing they saw was the core, a black face with a serene expression and soft, closed eyes. It felt welcoming, even though Sweetie Belle was positive it was watching them intently. Sticking out the side of the core were several gears and a couple of long, black wires. These wires led the eyes of the fillies around the soft, brown brick enclosure. The space was square, and had a bunch of ash piled up on the bottom surface. The area had an outlet at the top, connecting to a chimney and out of the house. "A weird old fireplace?" Apple Bloom observed. "It's called a Little Inferno entertainment fireplace," Scootaloo said, "and it's much, much more than weird and old." "Oh," Sweetie Belle said, dubiously. "Watch," Scootaloo said. She stuck her front hoof into the fireplace, and it instantly lit on fire. Sweetie Belle and Apple Bloom's eyes went wide, thinking Scootaloo was burning herself. But their fears were alleviated when they realized Scootaloo was waving her hoof around inside the fireplace without any pain or hint of being singed. She removed her hoof, and the fire went out instantly. "See? Cool." Scootaloo blinked. "Well, hot, actually, but you get what I mean." Apple Bloom stuck her hoof in, a flame appearing on hers as well. It was soft, yellow, and warm. "So, it's warm, but it doesn't burn me. That don't make sense." Sweetie Belle touched the inside of the fireplace with her telekinesis, and a little fire appeared exactly where she focused. "Whoa, magic things are so cool." "Huh," Scootaloo said, looking closely at Sweetie Belle's magic. "Didn't know it could do that. But I do know something else." Scootaloo picked a piece of torn paper off the floor and tossed it into the Little Inferno. It didn't cause fire. "What?" Apple Bloom said. "Why ain't—" "You have to poke it with your fire," Scootaloo pointed out. "Oh." Apple Bloom reached for the paper, touching it with the fire that encased her hoof. The page instantly ignited, reducing to ash within seconds. Most of the resulting specks of black flew out of the chimney, but some spilled out the front, getting some soot on Apple Bloom. "Ugh," she grunted. It's sticking to me. So it does that, Scootaloo said. You just need to wipe it off. Sometimes it takes a while. Sweetie Belle pondered for a moment. So, basically the point of this thing is to play with fire and not get burnt? Yep. Cool, Sweetie Belle said. What else can we throw in there? I think I have some mini golf clubs, Scootaloo answered. And some really old food in the cooler. Apple Bloom scurried to the cooler and cracked it open. She let out a blech at the contents, because they smelled like they passed the rancid state ages ago. Do you ever eat anything from this? I've decided it's probably a health hazard, so never more than once a month, Scootaloo called back. Sweetie Belle face-hoved. Let me see here, she said, looking over Apple Bloom's shoulder. With her magic, she pulled out a corncob that wasn't moldy. This might work. Burn the cooler as well, Apple Bloom said, still gagging, and everything in it. Kill it with fire. The Cutie Mark Crusaders pushed the cooler towards the Little Inferno. They found that it could just barely fit inside the enclosure. Upon nestling it inside, Sweetie Belle used her magic to light it on fire from behind, and it was soon up in flames. I am not sad to see that go, Scootaloo announced. You getting a new one? Sweetie Belle asked. Nah, I just eat with you guys all the time. The cooler was reduced to ash in under a minute. Sweetie Belle tossed the corn in the moment the fire died down. Apple Bloom prodded it with her hoof and lit the sad vegetable on fire. It burned for a few moments, the fire warming them. Apple Bloom frowned. Well, this isn't very interesting. The corn kernels popped, and popcorn began to fill the fireplace, only to burn as the entire enclosure filled with fire, creating little popping fireballs. The Cutie Mark Crusaders watched in fascination as it kept burning more popcorn. The popping show did eventually stop, however, and the fillies all glanced at each other. That was cool, Sweetie Belle said. What else can we... Ahem! The three fillies turned around quickly, Apple Bloom and Sweetie Belle adopting looks of panics upon realizing that Twilight Sparkle was behind them. Her wings were spread, making her even more intimidating than she otherwise would have been. Hi, Twilight, Scootaloo said, face betraying her concern for her friends. She had no idea what was going on here. Well, girls, guess what Spike just informed me? The goose wasn't our fault, Sweetie Belle yelled. And the street was all Spike's. We had nothing to do with it, Apple Bloom continued. Twilight raised an eyebrow. What about the pistons that fired fried eggs? Somehow. Sweetie Belle and Apple Bloom drooped. That one was us. Scootaloo shook her head rapidly. What the hey are you guys talking about? They really scared Spike and are just about to go back and apologize, Twilight said. Oh. Okay, Scootaloo blinked. What do fried eggs have to do with anything? Sweetie Belle pulled a piece of egg white out of her mane. We would rather not talk about it right now, Apple Bloom interrupted, blushing. Maybe later, Scoots. Okay, Scootaloo said skeptically, watching as her two friends scurried out of her house. Twilight remained, standing by the fireplace, staring at it. An odd silence developed. Twilight, Scootaloo spoke up. Why are you still here? Oh, Twilight said, tearing her gaze from the warm glow of the fireplace, the remnants of the popcorn still burning. No reason, really. I just found this fireplace fascinating. I'm wondering what kind of spells had to be put on it to keep it from burning you. I don't know, you're the magic expert. Scootaloo grabbed a mini golf club and threw it in. Twilight's eyes widened further as it melted before her eyes. By Celestia, how hot is it? Advertisement said it was 100 million degrees, Scootaloo said, but you know advertisements. Twilight summoned a metallic orb with her magic and threw it in, watching as it rose in temperature to a white hot and melted into a metallic puddle. The fireplace itself seemed unharmed. The amount of experimentation that could be performed with this tool is Well, the possibilities are staggering. She put her hoof in, fascinated by the fire around it. Come again? Scootaloo asked. Where can I get myself one of these? She asked. Well, I found it in a catalog that I burned. Scootaloo had the grace to look sheepish. I do know it's called the Little Inferno Entertainment Fireplace, though. Thank you, Scootaloo, Twilight said, taking her hoof out of the enclosure. See you around. No problem, Twilight, Scootaloo said. Please don't kill Applebloom and Sweetie for whatever they did. Twilight chuckled. Honestly, it was more amusing than anything else. Don't worry about them. She left the house, trotting back to her castle. Behind her, the smokestack sent a thin trail of black smoke far into the sky. Alright. Oh, that intro opening, one of the hardest pieces of audio reading I've ever had to do that wasn't Pinkie Pie. I am not cut out to be one of those commercial announcer type peoples. Good to know. That's okay, I prefer working with central route processing than peripheral route processing for advertisement anyway. Which, to those of you who haven't been taking it's not philosophy, psychology course. No, wait. Yes, it was psychology, not... Whatever. I like working with intellect, not emotions, when trying to convince people of things. Boom. There. Yes. This was a fun chapter. For some reason, I kept trying to make Scent a Thin Trail as Thent a Sin Trail. I don't know why. So, thank you for listening. I hope to see you again next time. Goodbye, everyone. Have a pleasant day.